Good morning, VUSD, and welcome to the 14th annual Celebrate VUSD. Can you believe it's been 14 years that we have been celebrating together in this venue? You know, when I think of happiness, I think of the pure joy, the delight, and the honor that I have received over the past 14 years serving as your superintendent. And I thank each and every one of you for that. This year, we requested that you send in your expressions of happiness in VUSD, your quotes, your thoughts, your experiences, your vignettes, and even your dance moves. And boy, did you respond. I would like to wish you an incredibly great and happy school year. And so now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the world premiere of your VUSD video, Live Happy.
I work at Poinsettia Elementary as an elementary cafeteria manager. I had absolutely no idea how fulfilling this career was going to be. It truly makes me so happy to be part of the lives of future generations. I know that I'm making a difference by providing our healthy new menus and food choices. I give all the students I come in contact with valuable information for life, as I provide them with healthy meals. It has changed my life for the better in so many ways. The most precious moments are when the students are happy and enjoying the best we have to offer. They show it by thanking us and smiling. I know they look forward to enjoying their breakfasts and lunches. Making sure our children are fed well and have healthy lives makes me truly happy. This is my calling.
VUSD happiness is
having a student guess your age. 19?
Knowing that our children's learning needs are priority one.
Working with amazing peers and staff who change lives for the better.
Working at Pierpont and realizing you get paid to go to the beach.
Knowing that you are appreciated for all your talents and abilities, and most of all for being supported as a unique individual.
When my former students check in to say they are prospering.
Teaching a lesson that is bombing and getting saved by a fire drill.
I experienced pure happiness at Balboa Middle School when I was teaching 6th grade English. It was 6th period, the last period of the day, and we were going to the library so the students could have books to read over winter break. And I noticed that Juan had his hands in the front pocket of his sweatshirt and he wouldn't remove them. So I finally said, "Hey Juan, what do you have in your pocket?" And he pulled out a napkin and unwrapped the most perfect chocolate-covered strawberry. So I said to him, "Where did you get that?" He said that he had gotten the strawberry in 1st period in Miss Antoinez's class. Each student received one chocolate-covered strawberry. This was before the wellness plan, just so you know. But he had his chocolate-covered strawberry, and I asked him, "Why didn't you eat it yet?" And he said, "My mom loves chocolate-covered strawberries, and I'm saving it for her." My heart melted because he had been saving that strawberry all day, protecting it, and it was in perfect condition, perfect condition. So I hope and I'm sure that that little act of kindness and selflessness brought his mom just as much happiness as it brought to me.
VUSD happiness is
working in a collaborative, communicative, and positive culture.
Seeing students perform, succeed, and grow.
Getting hugs on graduation day and knowing that they are genuine.
Deaf and hearing working together.
Spending my day with friends, not just co-workers.
Realizing that a 10th grader didn't take over a geometry class, it's just that new young teacher next door.
How can I describe the most magical moment? Several years ago, I had a girl, age 5, who was like trying to tame a wild lioness. At one point, her schedule was adjusted. She came late and left long after the children went home, just so I could teach her one-on-one. One day, the two of us were watching a video which the others had seen earlier. It was called The Snowman, a wordless movie set to music. And as the boy and his snowman flew through the sky to the North Pole, my student began to dance, and I joined her. We danced and we danced some more. And for a moment, a magical moment, the lion was tamed and we connected. I always reflect back on that magical moment when the lions in my class seem untamable.
VUSD happiness is
the look on students' faces when they accomplish something they didn't know they could.
The amazing level of support and encouragement we receive from people throughout the district.
Hearing children read for the first time and their smile of success that follows.
Being eager to go to work every morning.
Hiking the hills behind California State University at Channel Islands with 20 of my avid students after a campus tour.
Working with Sheridan Way families who appreciate us.
Grabbing your red pen to X out the furlough days in your plan book and realizing that there aren't any.
One of the happiest memories in my teaching career took place my first year of teaching. At the time, I was working at Pierpont and took over a K-1 class. I had a student who had some tough life situations to deal with. He was homeless and he had a severe cross-eyed problem. In addition, his father was in and out of jail. Everything about first grade was difficult for him, especially because he had trouble seeing. By November, Danny had finally received his glasses and he was on his way. I used an expression to motivate and get the students excited about learning. The expression was, "Wow, you're on fire today." And I would pretend that they were so hot that I had to break out with my fire extinguisher. My happiest moment was the day Danny read a story from his anthology, and then he looked up at me and he said, "Teacher, am I on fire today?" Tears came to my eyes because Danny had learned to read, and I knew it was going to change his life. This was my happiest moment because I knew I had lit the fire in a child.
VUSD happiness is
helping students realize their dreams.
The family atmosphere of caring, sharing, and equality.
Hiring new teachers. Hiring lots of new teachers.
Feeling secure that you have a supportive superintendent and school board.
Diverse, critical thinking minds.
Teaching the second grade and hearing that smarter balanced testing starts in the third grade.
Years ago, after a less than inspiring interview, Nancy Bradford, then principal of Poinsettia, saw something in me and hired me anyway. That is Nancy's way, a sort of sixth sense. That was only days before the first day of school. My first VUSD Celebrate found me overwhelmed with happiness and teary-eyed to think that I was now a part of the VUSD family. The spirit of community and dedication permeated the VHS auditorium that morning. To add to the happy of belonging, Nancy, in her awesome way, made me feel welcomed at Poinsettia with her kindness and support. I wanted to make her glad that she chose me. During one of her classroom visits, Nancy left me an elephant-shaped note that said, "You're a great teacher." I am looking at that note now, 16 years later, and I am feeling happy.
VUSD happiness is
getting 12 years of education out of it myself, then getting to give back decades of it as a teacher.
Orange Chicken Day in the cafeteria.
Watching our students treat each other with kindness and respect, because that is what VUSD is all about.
Having El Camino High School on the Ventura College campus.
When my students and I are in a learning group together and they're smiling and I'm smiling.
Helping dropouts come back to school and finish their GED or high school diploma.
Your transfer to Buena coming through and not having to hide your bulldog tattoo anymore.
I'm happy each time there are nachos in the cafeteria. In addition to that though, there was this one time. I love teaching yearbook. At VHS, it's an open class. Anyone can join, and we all work together to make the best book possible. A few years ago, I had a student in class on the autism spectrum. That's not new. If the yearbook is for everyone, then the class is also for everyone, and it's part of our job to work together. So, we do. I'll call the kid Jacob. Jacob was very focused. He almost never missed a day of class, was never tardy, was always where he was supposed to be, working on what he was supposed to be working on. It was my third year with Jacob, 2 years in photography, and then in his senior year, it was yearbook. I had grown to know and appreciate him for the gifts he brought to the class, his focus, his hard work, and his dedication. He also had no trouble calling out the other students when they didn't do what they said they would. I started using the phrase, "Let's listen to Jacob on this," when he said what I couldn't say. It wasn't too far into the year when we realized that Jacob was perfectly suited to get rosters and information from club advisors and coaches. Other yearbook advisors can attest to this. Getting information from some clubs and at sports is almost impossible. But it wasn't impossible for Jacob. He would go to a coach, ask for the roster, and be told to come back the next day. And Jacob would go back the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. Each time he was polite, but direct. Coaches began calling me, "Who is this kid you keep sending?" I explained that he was a yearbook staffer, and he wasn't going to go away until he got what he needed. It was magical. We got better information and communication that year than ever before. Even today, coaches reply to my email with, "I'll send it, you don't have to send Jacob." At the end of the year, on yearbook distribution day, Jacob was absent. He had an appointment of some kind and missed the morning distribution. He came to the gym at lunch and I handed him his book. He brought his stepfather and they sat down on a bench outside the gym and Jacob went through the book, page by page, explaining every single contribution he had made to the book. Each page he laid out, each photo he took, each roster he got, each caption he wrote, each argument he won when planning the coverage, everything. It took an hour for him to go through the book, his stepdad next to him the whole time, listening and nodding and being right there, truly with Jacob as each page was turned. At the end, Jacob explained, "I was very important to the yearbook this year. It was 100% true, and in that moment, I was 100% happy." I love teaching yearbook. It's worth the stress and the frustration and the tears because it's the kids' view of the year. It's their year, it's their book. But it was that year that I realized more than ever, the value of the book isn't just what it contained, but the success the kids feel when the book comes out. For Jacob, seeing his work permanently bound meant the world to him. He and his stepdad looked all around at the students looking through the yearbook, smiling and enjoying the book. Jacob's pride and authentic success meant the world to his stepdad. I've never seen Jacob again, and I probably won't. That's his way. But I have a picture of him tacked up above my desk at school. He's at graduation, fist bumping another graduate, smiling, and that makes me happy.
VUSD happiness is
being grateful to work for a place that is overflowing with super fun, encouraging, thoughtful, and extremely talented people.
Is opening up pathways to help students succeed in their everyday lives toward their future endeavors.
when teen parents graduate.
Knowing that the work that is being done now will impact generations.
Maintaining a clean, safe, and pleasant environment for children to learn.
Johnny's mom bringing cupcakes for his birthday and knowing one of those babies is all yours. Did I say cupcakes? I meant tangerines.
Well, I think that most of us can agree that one of the things that makes us the happiest in this profession is when we have a former student become a big success. Well, years ago, I was teaching German at Buena High School, and I had a very gifted student enter my classroom. She was an incredible person, and she learned the German language with such passion. That summer, I was taking 20 students on the German exchange program, and at the time, the organization only allowed a maximum number of 20 students. Well, this new student wanted to go so desperately that I petitioned to have the organization allow me to make an exception this one time and bring 21 students. Well, she rose to the occasion and far exceeded my expectations in her participation, involvement, and abilities in German. Well, as the story goes, I was appointed assistant principal at Balboa in the summer of 2013, and with mixed emotions, I left my fantastic job at Buena High. As fate would have it, the new Buena High School German teacher is none other than Angela Bauer, number 21, the very student who touched my heart years ago. It not only makes me happy to know that the Buena High School German program is in Angela's hands, but also incredibly proud. Danke, Angela, mach's gut. Hey, and another thing that made both Angela and me very happy was the World Cup. Germany won, woohoo!
VUSD happiness is
being able to crack up on a daily basis with such hilarious teachers and administrators. At Anna Kappa, we have way too much fun.
Seeing CHAMPS and Daily 5 implemented in the classroom.
Knowing that students come first.
Knowing the future will be better because of our work.
The feeling of family that working in VUSD gives you each day.
Sending my baby off to kinder with 100% confidence and excitement at what the next 13 years will bring.
Watching so many people do the happy dance.
Clap along
friends together.